So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks. Investing and testing is all that they did. It's not complicated, it just takes grit. So never give up, take a swing at it. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing.
Wow, this is a treat. How's everyone doing? We got everybody here. What is up, guys?
You guys
This is
dancing.
the
I'm ready
Picker-
to get into my Ray Gun Australian hip hop routine here for you guys and do a little.
Oh gosh! Oh my gosh!
So what is up, everybody? Welcome to the
Yo,
Pick and Roll
that's a good
Podcast,
one.
episode number 84. I'm here with Coach Ed, Nikki Steves, Next Shift Randy, Blaze Radio, and Rio from the Just Fans Podcast. How's everyone doing? We're all
I'm
here.
wired.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great.
Marvelous,
Yeah.
simply marvelous.
The whole
Marvelous.
squad up. We got the whole.
Could you
squad.
say I'm golden? babe?
Ah.
Right.
All right. So, let's just get right into it, Sally. So Team USA did win the gold against France with the final score of 98-87, and LeBron wins MVP. But is it the right call? Let's start off with Coach Ed. Overall perspective of the game, and is LeBron the right call for MVP?
I'm glad you asked that because that was a debate on my show last night with my brother NYG. You know, who feels it should have been Curry. And, you know, my point to why it was LeBron is LeBron was consistent through the whole tournament. Curry, the last couple of games, 2 games, he stepped up. Prior to that, it's his first time there. He was getting comfortable and, you know, he wasn't really himself, you know, and the argument was, you know, but he produced when the money is, LeBron didn't. And I said LeBron was the facilitator. He played that role. In the beginning when he needed to score, he stepped up and he went down the lane and he controlled the narrative, but he also did not want to take away from the other guys there, and everyone else did. LeBron was consistent throughout the tournament with points, rebounds, assists, even on the defensive end. So for me, it was the right call. You know, the only way it shouldn't have been LeBron is, I'll be honest, if Serbia won, then I would have said it would have been Jokic. So, but other than that, I feel LeBron, you know, it should have went to LeBron. And, you know, it's not LeBron love, but it's just looking at the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nikki, how do you feel about this, man?
I mean, you're talking about the tournament as a whole. In this case, you got to go with LeBron. Now, if you're talking about the gold medal game, then it's Steph, but we're talking the tournament as a whole.
Yeah.
LeBron was the one who's consistent. And even in the gold medal game, yes, Steph Curry scored the most points, but LeBron was still producing. He had 14 points, and he still had 10 assists. Those 10 assists still count as well. So he wasn't necessarily being carried. He was still putting his weight in as well. But throughout the tournament, LeBron, when he was the task, to reiterate Coach said, when he needed to score, he did. But even as the tournament went along, he adjusted to being a role player when Steph Curry stepped up and started scoring more points. So he still did what he needed to specifically in that gold medal game against France to help them win. And when you combine that with LeBron's performances throughout the tournament, you want to ask who's the MVP of the tournament? It is LeBron James in this case. Now, you could make a case for Kevin Durant as well. And that's something else we got to bring up because he surpassed the record for all-time points in the Olympics for Team USA. He deserves a nod for that. And you could make a case he's the greatest Olympic scorer of all time. Well, he's definitely the greatest Olympic scorer of all time, but even potentially the greatest Olympian too. So Steph Curry, he stepped up when needed to, but I think it's mainly between LeBron and KD, and LeBron was consistently the one leading the way too, and that plays a big role in who gets the MVP for the tournament. So
Exactly.
it was the right call.
All right. Randy, I know it's not your team, but I know you watch the game, so give me your overall aspect.
Yeah, my boys didn't get the medal, but it's all right. It's all right. We fell a little short of expectations, but I think next year, maybe with a Zach Edey, maybe potentially being a part of Canada, we'll talk. Or not next year, but in 4 years, sorry. But anyways, my first knee-jerk reaction was to say, of course, Curry, just because of what I saw, what I just seen, right? And like him just off 1 foot, just Hail Mary threes when you got the likes of Wembanyama coming up and just like Space Jam about to block that shit. And honest to God, man, like I was on the Curry train, but when it got thrown into my face that look what LeBron did throughout the tournament. Like, I remember this is MVP, it's about the tournament, not just 2 games, the tournament. And I was like, you know what? When you really think about, like Nikki said, those 10 rebounds, those 8 assists, I mean, like, shoot, those. And on that finals, or on that one shot that Curry made, if you go look, LeBron's wide open with his hands open, like, yo, Curry, pass me the ball. Like, I got this. And Curry was like, nah, dude, you're on my back tonight. And he just threw that Hail Mary. So, again, like I said, my first knee-jerk reaction would have been Curry, 100%. But when you look back on it, LeBron led by example, and also led on the floor. So I gotta say with LeBron, yeah.
All right, Blaze, how do you feel about this, bro?
Damn you, LeBron, for making me compliment you, you dick. Yeah, you guys hit it on the head, and I've said it before. I mean, if someone wants to say KD was their favorite or Steph was their favorite, I wouldn't really argue with them because they were they played major roles. But it is kind of like you guys said, it's a little compartmentalized for me. KD did something that spanned over 16 years. This is his 4th gold. So that's the longevity award, if you will.
Yeah.
Steph Curry would have got the short-term MVP, like you guys said. He blew up those last 2 games, and I don't know if he didn't, there would have been a really good competition in them last 2 games if Curry didn't do that. So I can see, like you guys said, why a lot of people would say, and I think Randy's point is the best. We're people that were like instant gratification. The last you remember the first thing and the last thing. That's a lot of memories go like that. So a lot of people are like, dude, did you see what Curry did in the final? Did you see? He has to be the MVP. So yes, but if you break it down like you guys said, MVP of the final game, the gold medal game, definitely Curry, which was phenomenal to watch. And it's fun even for me to step back and look at Halliburton, who didn't play, and he had that famous line who said, I'm like that kid in the class who didn't do shit for the project but got an A. And that's awesome.
That was me. That was me.
He's trolling himself, and that's so funny because you got to think of something. It's tough for us as analysts, as fans, as athletes ourselves when we were kids to try to understand how you take the greatest players in the world and then give them a new goal, which is go fight for your country. You're going to give up the number one position. We can only play 5 guys at a time. Everyone's not going to score. There's going to be games where you don't play, or you don't play, or you don't play. You got to leave it up to one man, which if I were to give an MVP on the court, it's LeBron. But the overall MVP of the men's Olympic team this year is Steve Kerr and his coaching staff.
Yeah.
It could have easily blown up if he played the wrong people. If he fed into whoever's ego saying, or what if there was Halliburton and Tatum and them going, fucking play me more. What's wrong with you? But no, half of the team did realize you got to sacrifice for the team. Did I want them to destroy everybody by 30 points like the Dream Team? No. I knew it was going to be more competitive. We discussed that for weeks. But when you look at the stats, I'm a stat guy as well, but I know, the eye test, the stats at the same time. So I'm looking at the cumulative box score, the average stats of all the players. And the one thing that made me kind of lean more towards LeBron, of course, is when I did find out he led the team in assists and rebounds overall. He averaged almost 7 rebounds, 8.5 assists a game. Like, that's a different LeBron than we're used to a little, that's so I got to give him respect. I mean, for a guy his age as well, he was the oldest man on the team, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So at the same time, kudos to KD for breaking a huge record and being the most prolific scorer in men's Olympic basketball history. Kudos for Steph for showing us what he can do, giving us those shots. I mean, we got Yabusele dunking on LeBron. That's a huge video we're going to see. We're going to see that picture of Steph shooting that shot over Wemby a million times. There's so many iconic spots. I mean, that's how I look at it. You're taking so many of the best players in the world. And, someone said once, like, what if Slovenia was still in there? Like, what if we took all these players and you had Luka and Jokic and Giannis all playing together? It could be a different story.
USA versus
You mean
Team
novel?
Europe.
But that's good for the game. Like I said about a month ago, if US loses, we're going to have a whole new story to talk about because somebody stepped up. Somebody took down the, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm American. Of course, I'm going to cheer for the US. I'm happy we won. Yeah. But in hindsight, I got to give it to LeBron. But all in all, like, we don't normally have NBA right now. So it's so good to have these games the last few. I heard Mitch last night on his stream. I miss Olympic basketball right now. I miss it over. I want more of it, So that's what I loved about it. I got to give it to fucking LeBron.
All right.
God damn it.
Damn you, LeBron.
So shout out to NYG. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm disagreeing with everybody here. I don't think it should go. Honestly, if we're talking about best player in the tournament, it'd be Jokic. I know he's not on the losing team, but he led the entire Olympics in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Like, he led in everything. Yeah. But I get it has to go to a guy on the winning team, which fine. Even then, there wouldn't be a gold medal game without Steph Curry, though.
Right. Rios, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're so right. Listen, you take Jokic off of that team, they're not doing shit. You take LeBron off of our team, we still win the gold. So you take most valuable, literally, Rios. I'm with you, bro.
What did I say originally? I said about Jokic, if they went on, it would have been Jokic. So, yes, I'm with you, Blaze.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm with you,
sorry.
Rios. I'm sorry.
I want to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, like I was saying, there is no gold medal game without Steph Curry because you can LeBron's a lot of his stats. He was out there against Brazil. We're up by 20 points. He's still out there, stat padding. That's where a lot of those stats come from. Like, I get he put up, big numbers, but still, like, there is no gold medal game without Steph Curry because who's going to you can replace 14 points a game? Who's going to replace 36 points in a game that you're down by 17? There is no one on that roster that could duplicate that. Maybe KD, but he didn't.
No.
That's a good point, Blaze. Rios, that's a good point, in reference to that. Now, could someone have scored the 36? I mean,
possibly, yeah.
You could make the argument that LeBron can, if he really wanted to take control of the game but LeBron played a different role. he played what I think he's like. Everyone always compares him to Michael Jordan and all this BS. I've always said exactly they're different and Magic.
Yeah,
He played more like Magic, especially in this tournament, which is what now when the NBA on a lot of his teams, he's had to do that. But I've always said, and everybody said, well, look, he had number 23. He always wanted to be. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's always wanted to be a triple-double type of a guy where he has the points, the assists, and the rebounds, which is Magic. Magic, similar size, both 6'9" guys. They can literally play all 5 positions. Now, is he more athletic than Magic? Yes, of course. So, which is why I understand the similarities to MJ per se. Now, if you want to say in terms of legacy, okay, I get you where you're going in terms of that with LeBron and Jordan. But in terms of style, build, and what I saw there, that was Magic Johnson, in his heyday. So, so excellent.
I'm glad you brought up Magic Johnson, though, too, because yesterday on NBA TV, I was flipping through the channels and they were showing the 1982 finals, the last game. And it was Sixers in LA. And I'm like, oh, cool. Then I realized 83 was the year Sixers won, not 82. So I looked at the schedule. The next game after that, it was 84. They fucking skipped 83. I didn't get to watch the Sixers win. But I took 15, 20 minutes to watch and see like how the game has evolved. Watch him play in the finals. They were talking about Andrew Toney bringing the ball down, and you got to watch him because he's one of few that can shoot those 3-point shots. I was like, he's one of few in the NBA that can actually knock down that 3-point shot consistently. And I'm like, what? And then you see, the penetration to the rim with some of those guys, no pause, and how they play. I just sat there for 15 minutes, just baffled. The game has changed so much. But it was still so fun to see those guys. But yeah, the Magic comparison is spot on. He was a leader.
I miss those hardwood classics are cool. I miss those.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Hardwood classic, man. That's how I caught up a lot of kids that I was too young to witness. In the early '80s, I was still a kid.
Yeah. So for me, it's gonna be I gotta go with LeBron, but I want to give a shout out to one guy. And that is Devin Booker. Devin Booker had to change up his role in this team for him to be successful. He's usually a scorer, the guy with the ball in his hands. He would average 28, 6 and 6. He had to go to a 3-and-D type of role just to get to the shots to be efficient. No one's really talking about Devin Booker. So I'm giving my light to Devin Booker, but my pick is LeBron. So
utility knife. Devin Booker he did all the little things.
Yes.
I mean, you're not going to see it in the stat book. You're not going to see a lot in the highlights, but you got to think about the coaches of the other teams saying, you got to watch out for Booker if he's on the wing because he's deadly there. So then if he just stands there, he's a decoy for the other side of the court for whatever they want to design. Like Steve Kerr had to have a field day sitting there with his coaches. I know they didn't do a bunch of plays and stuff. Could you imagine being a coach for that team and sitting down and being like, where do I start? Who do I design this play for? You keep it general. And,
well, could you imagine too, right? You said, Blaze, you have Booker in the corner, and then you kind of have maybe AD kind of leak out a little bit to the top of the key, so it opens up some space. Booker drives towards the basket. The defense collapses on him. He just no look passes it to AD, and AD is like, okay, poster time, who's up? And it's just like what, like you said, coach would just have play after play after play with all these guys and their abilities.
And the juggling of the lineup was, you see every time someone didn't play, all the Philly fans got pissed when Embiid didn't play. Celtics fans got pissed when Tatum didn't play. Everyone got pissed when this guy didn't play. I'm like,
the only guy I saw get double teamed was Steph Curry. He was the only guy getting double teamed by every team.
Devin Booker did finish. Devin Booker did finish with 15.6 boards, 3 assists, 6 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4, and 1 for 1 for the free throw line. So he did have his share of points.
I don't see how many he shot, but it does say here Steph Curry didn't miss a free throw the whole tournament. 100%.
Well, In this game, he didn't even shoot a free throw.
Yeah, but I'm looking at over. It just says free throw percentage 100. That could be 2 for 2. I don't know.
I would say as a Rockets fan, it's still weird.
I'd have to
shit
dig
with
a little
Curry,
deeper.
But hey, you know what? I'm American, so I'm gonna cheer for Team USA. But I'm glad I don't have to cheer for Steph Curry anymore. Because damn it, he's cost my team so many championships.
How mad would you have
That's
been?
true.
Rios, how mad would you have been if Wembanyama won the medal?
I told you guys I was going to jump off a bridge, lay on the train.
He still
Hey,
won the
I'm
silver.
American. I don't know
Yeah,
who's
he
France.
I
won.
hate to
Say
tell you,
never
bro. I just
return
saw a
if that
report.
happened.
Wembanyama has a little brother coming up.
Yep,
Mm.
yep. I forgot all about
Stretch
that.
towers now. Fucking hell.
I didn't look too. I just saw a little brother is playing ball. I didn't look at how tall, or anything.
You never know, right? They'll watch.
Yeah.
He just one day all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm 7'2". Hi,
I'm
Wemby.
7'3" and I can shoot 3-pointers.
Hey, yeah.
I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
fun Olympics, man. I miss it already.
yeah, me too.
Mhm.
So let's shout out to Blaze for this actually.
Which one?
Predicting the lineup for the 2028 U.S. Olympic roster, and this is what this graphic has. So
And a
Ja
lot of
Morant,
people-
Anthony.
Already saying this team will not win a gold.
Oh, that jaw that scared the fuck out of me at
A
first. I was
lot
wondering who that was.
a lot of
That is
big
Ja.
name star power is gone. These are all young new guys that they're not Hall of Famers yet. None of them.
Wow.
I mean, a couple of them probably.
So-
Bam's the veteran.
So we got John Morant, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Kate Cunningham, Tatum,
Yeah.
Williamson, Ben Caro, Jalen Williams, Cooper Flag, Bam, and Chet.
Be a fun team to
Um,
watch. They're fast paced, I think.
It'd be
Um,
He
fun.
can't,
up and down
he
the
can't
court
defend
for
Jokic.
So,
There's no defense there.
No,
But
that's why
no.
they would.
Mm.
are you guys forgetting about Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, there's other players. that-
Jalen
You gonna-
Brunson?
yeah,
I'll take
no.
Maxey.
You-
Over
there's been plenty. Like I saw others that show different. I haven't seen Jalen Williams. There was arguments about
All right,
Donovan Mitchell
stop
not
that,
being
Jamar.
there. So
He's
it's
from Atlanta.
yeah,
I know that.
It's,
I know.
it's
Halftime's in the chat, that's
interesting.
why.
My question is, in terms of the bigs, Chet, I understand, he's a tall guy, but you go up against a Jokic, how are you going to defend him?
Will
With
Jokic
Chet.
be there in 4 years?
yeah, he's
See, that's
20
4 years is a long time. That's what
He's
I'm saying.
20.
How old is Jokic? Jokic is what, 27?
Yeah,
28?
I mean, he's also a guy that
31,
has been open
32.
saying he's not really
Oh, he's
100%
32?
loving basketball. He couldn't
Yeah,
wait
his
to get back
qualms
to the
is horse
track.
racing.
He couldn't wait to do this and that and leave. He won the title 2 years ago, and he was like, I just want to go home. I don't want to go party. I want to go home.
Yeah, they asked him like, "You excited for the parade?" And he's like, "Wait." He looks. He goes, "When's the parade?" And they're like, "In 2 days." He's like, "Ugh."
Like if they win another with the Nuggets, I wouldn't be surprised he just hangs it up and being like, hey, what else am I going to do? But
Yeah.
then
So-
again, he can still play for his country if he's not in the NBA in 4 years, if he's still healthy enough. And yeah, he's a juggernaut if he does.
I think
Yeah,
that's
we,
too
can,
early.
we can make an
Henderson.
argument
He
for a
hasn't
lot of
proven anything
players.
yet.
Scoot
Yeah.
Henderson.
It's too
Yeah.
soon, but I saw that and I was like, that's a
You're
nice
such a
fun thing to
tank,
talk
Mitch.
about. The first thing I thought of seeing that lineup is man, up and down the court, fast, dunks, threes all over the place. It would be a different pace of a game, I think. And once again,
Is it
juggling
really
that lineup would
threes?
not be easy.
Wait a minute. Who would be the consistent 3-point shooter on that roster? Okay, Donovan Mitchell, maybe?
I mean, they can
That's all
also
considering
screen-
John Zion too. Stay healthy. John Zion might not make it.
Booker?
Booker.
Okay. That's why I say consistent. So it's like, when you look at it, all right, there's no Steph Curry. So that's an aberration. But who else is a feared 3-point shooter? All right, Devin Booker, maybe. Okay.
Booker
I
would
can
be
give
the
you that.
best one.
Outside of Booker, maybe Mitchell, but I don't see any like real consistent.
Oh,
threat.
thank you.
Ant
When
would be
Ant
your
gets
LeBron.
hot, when Ant gets hot, but he's not like that's
Yeah.
his bread and butter. But
See, but he's a streaky.
Ant would play more
yeah.
of the LeBron.
So
In my opinion, Ant would play more of the LeBron role in this team. He would be the one
yes,
they could just take over when he wanted to. And,
right, yeah.
And yeah, Ant's a two-way player, so he'll be all
And
over
I mean,
if
if Zion stays
I think
healthy
Paulo,
and as
I
big
think
as he
Paulo
is, he
would
would be a
cause
beast.
issues. I think Paulo would cause some teams some issues personally.
Yeah.
Just how he played
Yeah.
this year. That fucking guy opened my eyes a lot.
I'm
man.
going to say
He's good.
something. Yeah, I'm going to be a homer, but
Jalen
I don't
Brunson.
think Cooper Flag will beat out Ace Bailey at that point in time.
Ooh.
Heck, you could even
That's
make
a
an
hot take. Wow.
yeah.
It's not. Is it really?
Right now for next year, you can go with 3 players as the number 1 overall draft pick.
Yeah, their
between-
top
can.
5 is arguable.
Yeah,
you're right.
so
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying Cooper
Strong
Flag
draft.
in 3 years. We're talking about 3 years. I think Ace
Right.
Bailey might depend, and it depends on the team.
He's
he
a better
goes to.
shooter. Yeah, he's a better shooter.
So Ace is more all around 3 levels, and he gives you defense, at least help defense. He can close down and block the shot. So that's why I'm
Yep.
looking at that. I'm like, if I'm going to me, Ace Bailey is the better athlete, and he has a longer projection. But I understand why people like Cooper Flag right now. But I'll even go as far as saying, to me, Dylan Harper is probably the most pro-ready of the 3. Because he first of all, he's going to be a facilitator. He's a legitimate 6'6", 6'7" right now. Thickly built. He can take it off the dribble. Like y'all know, I've studied them, and I've watched Dylan since his freshman year. Because of his brother and his dad. So Dylan's game has really changed. And plus, the one thing I love about it is most people forget he's a lefty. So when you're defending him, and a lot of guys try to, let me push him left, and I'm like, you're pushing him to his strong hand. So it's like and that's what I'm loving to see this year, how he grows in, and once they get drafted, all 3 of them, because they're always going to be intertwined. Yo, get one for me, bro. I need one too.
That's right.
I already had mine earlier.
Yeah,
My hands out ready.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. But again, let's get back on task. I'll sit here and talk about that all day long.
Yeah, that's a long 4 years, a long way.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
And
that's Modelo.
There's other guys in other countries. Look at Canada's team in 4 years. Look at guys like Buzelis, my boy, in other countries that are going to be coming up. So 4 years is a long time.
One thing
Look
I
at
want to say,
France.
though.
Yeah, I was going
Look at France.
One thing I'm going to say, and if the Olympic process team for the United States is listening to us, damn it, take your core players, whoever they are, with the coach, and at least put a foundational piece starting right now. Start right now, because the international players, they play games with each other because they know each other. It's not giving them 2 weeks to get ready to go play international.
Yeah.
The rest of the world has caught up to the United States, and this is men's and women's. Yeah, we need at least a core foundation that works together during the off season, whatever. But you work together a little bit, even if you take a couple weeks. Just work together to build, because we saw how the United States struggled at times too. South Sudan during the preseason came out of nowhere, and we were like, "Who the hell is this?" And they're only going to get better
for 10
guys.
years.
Listen, guys. LA 2028. We know who's starting and who's going to be the MVP and who's going to be the man. It's Bronny James.
You're mad. I hope not.
Oh my gosh!
He plays for LA. It's in LA. It all makes sense now.
He might not be in the league in 4 years.
Next topic.
The-
And I'm gonna shit all over this one
Seriously,
too.
though, we don't know if he's going to pan out. Because if
Right.
he doesn't pan out, people are no longer going to care that.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
They're going to
I
be like,
didn't
"All
mean to
you're
bring
gonna
it up.
be
No,
on
he
the
did-
spot if it gets
no,
to that
it's
point."
great. It's fine. It's fine. But Blaze, what'd you say? You're gonna
I'm gonna shit all
About
over this
this-
next one.
Hey,
That-
good shit on this
that-
next one.
you take over.
Noah Lyles is a piece of shit. He has
There
a
you
terrible
go.
attitude towards other sports. He don't know dick. He should shut his mouth and run, because he's a piece of shit. He said some stupid things about other sports like he knows what he's talking about. And I hope Tyreek Hill does go to 2028 and beat that motherfucker. He's a hell of a person. He faked COVID and got a bronze. It's a fact now. We all know it. He was fine 2 days after it. I got COVID. I got a bronze. Oh, and the next thing you know, and he was dancing before that race. He should have. And I think you put Andrew Wiggins. Did you mean?
Oh, Anthony
Noah
Edwards.
Lyles.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. That's what I thought you meant.
Wait, what
Well,
Yeah, my
happened?
bad.
Stay in your lane, Noah Lyles. That's what I got to say. Stay in your fucking lane, pal.
What happened?
You're an amazing runner,
Okay, so
but
with
keep
Noah
your mouth
Lyles,
away from.
a couple years ago, he had won a medal, and he was like, I think it was during FIBA, and he was saying,
Yeah.
how can the men's team? How can the NBA champions call themselves world champions? They don't play against the world. They
That's
just
it.
play in the United States. They're not
Dumb.
world champions. That was his whole thing, and he kept going with it for years. I'm like, bro,
Dumb. He's still doing it now. He did it this year.
I'm like, he's the
World
best player
champions.
in the
World
world.
champions of what?
Well,
Like outside of that one bronze medal in 2004, the U.S. has dominated the
Stay in
Olympics.
your lane, dude.
Like, come on.
He said that for the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, he's out for he's one of these young millennials that wants the attention. Say something crazy so you're on social fucking media everywhere and people are talking about you. I mean, you weren't supposed to run the 200, but you come out dancing and running around before and you're sick. But as soon as you get the bronze, you fall down. 2 days later, you're partying and you're fine. You're cleared of COVID in 2 days. He's a piece of shit, just trying to make news. Next topic.
Yeah.
Unless someone else has something to say about that. I don't
I mean,
know.
it's
I
on
kinda
the
I
wanna
just
line.
want to say
It's
he ran his
always,
mouth about Canada too, and in the men's 4x100. And when he was asked the question, do you think Canada will be something formidable against you? And he said, who? And they're like, Canada. He said, who? Who? Canada won gold, motherfucker. That's who. 4x100.
Chad, this is a basketball podcast, Chad.
Y'all only won the 4x1 because there was a mix up on the exchange in the first leg.
Because y'all can't even grab a baton. That's why. And you fucked up on every hand exchange. We fucked up on the most important one, which was the second one, and we still won. Remember that. 4x100.
Yeah, he's
Look,
garbage.
I will say this.
He's
I
garbage.
love that the whoever runs the Twitter account for the men's basketball team, the way they trolled Noah Lyles. Oh, I
Yes.
love that shit.
It was
I love
brilliant.
that.
Yes.
Y'all can hate on my son all y'all want. He's the greatest athlete ever. Nobody is ever better than him. He's the
Carl Lewis.
world champion of all sports. He can
Yeah,
go
now
out
you're
there
LeBron.
and
You're Bronny James and me. I like it, Coach. Thank you. Yes.
No, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
Look,
stay in your lane, man. You're great. Be great. You don't have to shit on
if
other
you want to
people be
create,
great.
if you want to create debate about, you know what, you as an athlete, you know, maybe you could play basketball, whatever. Do it. Go ahead, compete and see if you can. And if you can't, then you humble yourself and you go back into, as Wade said, go back into your lane and stay there.
Yeah,
But,
these people, they got
you
the
know-
platform. They're one of the best. I'm not going to argue about his talent at all.
No,
He's
no,
amazing.
it's not.
And I ran the 200. I ran the 200, a high jump and long jump when I was in high school. And the 200 ain't no joke.
No, it's
And
not.
because you got to go. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but coming around a bend and then
That
sprinting
bend,
is not easy. Sprint is a different story. 100, I wouldn't last in a 100. I got torched, but a 200, I could last with a lot of people. But it's just like, you're great at something. Why do you have to shit on other people to try to make news? It doesn't make
Because
sense to me.
it's an ego. It's all
Yeah, I'm
about
just
the
going to
ego.
take it as a generation
He-
gap. I'm a grandpa, I guess. I don't.
He
get
was
it.
so mad about Anthony Edwards getting a shoe deal that he was like, "What did he do? Like he didn't even make it to the
Yeah.
NBA Finals."
Yeah,
like-
like so what?
See,
It's
that's
marketing.
and that's the thing. A business sees who is going to generate money for them. Sorry, no,
Correct.
and that's what he's trying to do. Really, when you really think about it, he's trying to generate interest and people to come in and follow him. This generation, I get
Olympics
you,
are
and you're
over.
right.
Olympics are over, so no one gives a
But-
fuck about Noah Lyles for
But
4 more
he's
years.
going to if
So he's going to try to stay in the news.
yeah, exactly. He's going to try and stay in the news. And here's the thing, though, in terms of track and field, to be brutally honest, it's just not big in the United States. It's big everywhere else internationally. If it
Yeah.
was as big as if it was big here in the United States as it is everywhere else, Lyles would get the true recognition, and I think his ego would come down a little bit. But because a lot of these athletes, they have to. Where do they have to go to make their money? Running overseas. You know, Sha'Carri Richardson. You know, I've been following her for the longest while, but when she goes overseas, we don't hear about her over here unless you're just a true fanatic who will follow her. Everyone else or him, and that's what he's trying to do. You know, and I get it, I understand, but we've had some of the great. And look, the greatest woman runner to me, You can argue with me.
Flojo.
It's Flojo. And
yeah.
Carl Lewis.
you know, and Carl Lewis, and they all went overseas. You know, and it's been going on we can go all the way back to Jesse Owens in the 1930s. That's just how track and field
But
is.
see, you're allowed. It's okay to criticize. Carl Lewis criticized the men's
Yes.
4x100.
Yes.
but he did it in a.
Yes.
He's like, we got to fix this. We got to do something better.
Yes.
You know, this is not what it should be. But it's like, I mean, I'm just mad that breaking is gone for 2028, man. I'm gonna miss you, Ray Gunn. I'm gonna miss you, Ray Gunn.
Damn it.
Look,
You know, she
the
cheated
story-
to get into the Olympics.
Yes,
Did you hear
I
that?
heard the story how she
What?
manipulated. She manipulated.
created her own Olympic
Yep.
committee.
Mhm.
Her and her husband. She
Her
entered the
husband.
contest. Go watch the
And-
finals. The girl
Yes.
tore her up, but she put herself in for a free ride. Hey, she trolled the Olympics to make it in, and now she's the most famous person at this Olympics.
And we'll get a Netflix
And
special
it's-
from her too. Now watch.
It's such a disrespect to the craft itself,
is.
man.
It really is.
Look, I've been dealing with watching this since the early 80s, bro. You know, from pop locking to breaking, all of it.
Electric Boogaloo. The men's was good, and half of those dudes, almost all of them, were Jabberwockies.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, they were all
They
Jabberwock.
said, "Yeah, they're not gonna tell you." But even McAfee was talking about. He's like, if not half, probably all the men's Olympic breakers were Jabberwockies.
Mm-hmm. So, and
But
that's
I'm sorry,
That's,
I'm
Who
getting
won
off topic.
gold?
I got way off topic, but we're getting flag football, squash, baseball, softball, and cricket. Cricket hasn't been in there for over 100 years. That's crazy.
baseball coming back is because it was there a few years ago. And
Did we have pro athletes in baseball Olympics before they took it off, or no? I can't
I
remember
don't remember.
because I knew it used to be all
Yeah.
women.
There was no pro players.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so, Rios. But
Yeah,
that
it
would
was-
be
it was all
interesting.
college
It was the
players.
all-star baseball team, yeah.
Yeah, it was similar
Uh-uh.
to the basketball. It was all amateur.
And lacrosse. I'm sorry, lacrosse too is coming back.
All amateurs. There was no pros.
Look,
But I miss you, Ray Gunn. I love you, Ray Gunn.
I love flag football coming in. I just really wish, to be brutally honest, but
Hey.
the rest of the world is not there. I
Listen,
really
you know
want
what-
to see us.
You know what
real
that does,
football.
though? You know what that does to the Pro Bowl? That game's going to mean a little something now in 2 years.
Yeah.
They got to be able to, they're going to be watching that game very closely in 26 and 27 because we can put pro athletes in the flag football. And where do pro athletes play flag football? One game a year, the Pro Bowl.
But you know what, Blaze? The problem is the Olympics was right now, and what do we have right now? We have training camp. So I
Training
can't
camp
see
is-
pro
yeah.
players going into
We'll
the
see.
flag
We got
tournament.
3
I
days to
get
find
you.
out, but
I get you,
couple of
but
them might.
we're talking about contractually because that's going to be competing with training camp. Now,
Well,
if you're
look,
telling
what
me
did
the
WNBA
NFL,
have to split? Didn't WNBA have to split their season for this?
but they stopped. Everyone
Yeah, that's
stopped.
what I mean. I
That's
don't
what I'm
see
getting. The NFL
stopping
is not.
anything.
Yeah, I
Not
can't
really,
see
yeah.
the NFL doing that. So
But
that's
there
what
might
I'm
be a
getting at,
couple
so-
guys that are mid-range NFL players that are like,
Okay.
fuck it, I'm gonna go play in the Olympics. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah,
It's gonna be
that's
interesting.
fair.
Sorry, Mitch. Let's
Yeah.
get back on track.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We have the chat talking about Brandon Ayuk. We
I know.
got
So I keep saying, Chad, this is a basketball, and then I went off. I said, Chad, this is a
Right.
basketball
He's
podcast.
gonna
And
be
I
a
go talk
story
about
in the
cricket.
game.
Oh,
While we're
go ahead.
still
Go
on
ahead.
the
Go for the
subject
next
of
one. I'm ready for the
football,
next one. I'm ready
Opening
for the
night
next
for the
topic.
opening night for the
Football,
NBA.
JJ McCarthy's out for the season.
Yeah, see,
yeah, yeah. We don't have to talk about that right now. As a Michigan fan, I'm upset.
Hey, stay tuned to the Hardcore Sports Network for more on all other sports. Now back to basketball.
Including squash.
Yeah.
Oh, the fuck-
Squash.
So,
Whatever.
Coach, I'm going to start off with you. How do you feel about this? You guys are
Oh,
taking on
I'm
the
loving
Celtics.
it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it because we're going to ruin their night. We're
hope so.
going to ruin their
Yeah, I'll
night.
be rooting for you that
I
night
hope
too.
y'all
Coach.
do,
Someone's
man.
gonna shit on the Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There'll
dude.
be
We're
a lot
going
of
to
Knicks
win.
fans that
Well,
night.
first of all, I'm only saying that because guess what? They don't have Porzingis to start. So, it's like, okay.
Porzingis is out for like a month, right?
They didn't
yeah,
have him the
we'll-
whole year. They had him for like what, 6 games in the playoffs? Was he really part of that team? Does he really deserve a ring?
But we'll also have Julius Randle back to start. So it's like, because we were talking about it last night.
Don't mess up
how
the
does
chemistry, bro.
you also bring it in? You can make the argument about coming over from the Nets.
Bridges.
I
Bridges.
mean, you
Miguel
still have to
Bridges.
develop it. It's a new team, but remember, Randall was there when they first brought OG over, and he was part of the start, and they were tearing it up. He's used to OG. The only issue is Bridges right now, it's a new team. We don't have Hartenstein. I get it, but we have a lot of the same players back. And it's opening night, and New York is going to be ready. Tibbs is going to be ready. Remember, Tibbs also won a world championship as a Celtics assistant coach. So yeah, it's what a great way to start to take it to him. I'm loving it. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Celtics, we coming to ruin your night. So plus look, New York's team was constructed to compete with Boston along with Philadelphia's, to be brutally honest. So
and Toronto. No, I was kidding. I had to. I haven't been here in a while. Sorry, I had to get a little.
You good. You good. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the opening night. So what a way to start. Even right in the middle of football season. What a way. So you're piquing my interest, and you're getting me already excited for basketball while football is going on. So I'm just going to be my head is going to be all over the place. Yes. Give me more. I want to consume more sports. Give it to.
Give it to me.
What I
Give
live
it
for.
to me, Daddy. Give it to me.
Just all up over here watching sports.
Yeah.
Give it to me, baby.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Rick
Take
James.
this. Yeah, Rick James. There you go.
So with the Knicks here,
fingers.
I got into a debate on my show about the Sixers and Knicks, who truly better. I went with the Knicks on paper right now, so I'm looking forward to this first one. I'm really looking
the
forward
Knicks
to
are
this
coming
game.
back with pretty much the same team, except for a little things. Sixers are like a rebuilt team. I wouldn't compare anybody right now. It's too fucking soon.
It's
Yeah.
on paper. See,
that's
the
what
thing is,
I
he
said
said
on
on
paper, yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
See, because he said that. I'm sorry, it's you guys, because first of all, the center position, we cannot compete with you, even starting or our reserve.
We cannot
Yeah,
we
compete with
can't.
Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon off the bench.
Hey, they're good players. Stop it, Mitch. Stop.
Okay, but if you go starting for
39 and
starting,
35.
Maxey and Brunson, that's a wash. Who's going to be your shooting guard?
Oh, Maxey and Brunson's a wash. I'm sorry, my friend.
No,
Those are-
Kelly Oubre.
Maybe this year, not next year.
Oubre and Bridges.
I thought Bridges was the 3. No.
No, because you're going to do
Oh,
OG as a 3.
3.
Hey,
So Bridges, you probably do Bridges. All right, who got my damn championship ring? Take my ring off. All right, thank you. That's my ring.
hey, all I know is the Sixers Knicks 7-game series next year would be
Yes.
very fun.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Yes.
Hopefully,
And
it's in
then-
the second round or the Eastern Finals.
It doesn't matter. It's either with all three teams. I expect a 7-game series.
Yep.
So but
And then
Boston and New York, I think you guys are better. I mean, don't forget Martin. You guys brought Martin in. Number one, you took him from Miami. You guys are building a strong. First and foremost, you're building a strong defensive team. Say what you want about Gordon and Lowry. Gordon can still give you something off the bench. I understand you may not like him. Lowry is that veteran guy. He's a veteran guy.
Have him call timeout out of bounds and we'll talk.
One play, Mitch. Get over to one play.
Look, he's a pesky
Watch it up
Does
to
he have a ring?
series.
Does he have a ring? Does he have a ring?
Look.
Does he know how to be a champion? We want
Yes, he
people that
does.
know what it's like to be a champion on our team.
Yes.
what, Kyle,
How
you know
old
what-
was he? Hold on, Randy. How
Doesn't
old was
matter.
Kyle Lowry when he
Doesn't
won?
matter. As long
No,
as
no,
you can
no.
go,
Here's the
age
thing,
don't
Mitch.
matter.
Here's the thing, Mitch. Kyle
Age
Lowry
don't
is the
matter?
type
Okay.
Kyle Lowry is the type of dude
As long as you can
that
go.
you know what, when you're playing the game, he's going to hit you in the nads when the rest are not looking. That's the type of player he is. He's going
He
to
ain't one to
instigate
get in your
shit.
head. He's a
He's
get in
going
your
to
head type of
instigate
dude, yep.
shit and take you away from what you're trying to do. So
One thing that you're not really taking into consideration, and I understand it might not be a lot, it might only be 15, maybe even 20, 25, but the charges that Kyle Lowry draws are going to be huge. Those take points off the board. May it only be 4 points a game. It might only be 2 points here and there, but that's a basket that your team didn't have to fight for because he put his ass in the line to take that charge. He
doesn't need to
always
be
did
the
that
same
for the
Kyle
Raptors
Lowry.
all the
doesn't need to
time.
be
He
the-
led by
Yep,
example.
That's a good point. He doesn't
And
need to be the
with
Kyle
the-
Lowry of
So
4 years ago.
He
that's
doesn't
why
have
when
to.
I-
He's going to be the veteran that
player.
leads by example on the court. And what he leads
Role
by
player.
example, it's the defense.
Yeah, but look
Yeah.
how many guards we have. Did you see how many guards we have, Blake?
Every team has a lot of guards. We can go through the
Five?
whole NBA.
Person, you guys, they're
You
fine.
can
We have
go
like
through half
5.
the NBA that has
It's
a lot
also
of
a
guards.
long season.
So
It is a
Positionless
long season,
basketball.
and yes,
Well,
we're going to see Kyle Lowry probably play for 30, 35 minutes one game. a couple. We're going to see
But,
that.
okay, but if he comes in and he helps you, even if it's just 35, that's what a veteran guy who's at the
That's the
back
rule.
end
You don't have
is
to be
what
a
they're
star.
supposed to do.
Yeah, I
They-
agree. He doesn't have to be a star. All I'm asking is 10 to 12 points. I don't even
He
know if
can-
he can give me
You don't
that.
need him for that. You need him for the
You don't-
dirty work.
Defense
You
is
need him for the
He can
dirty
average
work.
8, 4, and 7, giving more assists.
That's
I
Point
would go,
seven.
I'd even go shit. I'd go
He
6.
doesn't need
I'd go
rebound.
6, 5, and like 7. If he can give you 7 assists a night off the bench for a guy that's almost 40,
Think about-
I would take that any day as a basketball fan.
Damn.
yeah.
So, then
And
what was
he's
the
won a
point of
ring, so
drafting?
he knows what it takes to win in the most crucial time, and it was against the Warriors. So keep that in perspective as well.
Okay,
What's
then
the-
what was the point of drafting Jared McCain if you were going to get
Future.
Kyle Lowry?
Because you need a
The
veteran to
future,
show him
Mitch.
the rope.
The
Mitch, you
future.
need a veteran. And how
I'm
long?
sorry,
how
with Jared
long-
McCain,
he
with
was right
his shooting
here.
ability, I will take that over Kyle Lowry.
Kyle
And
And
Lowry
maybe,
Lowry
and
will
maybe
help
by
him.
mid-season that'll happen. Maybe by mid-season McCain will
Yes.
go over him, and
Mentor.
Lowry will be
I
more
know you hate
than happy
hearing
to let him
mentor,
take the
too.
reins.
Mitch,
You know, so-
Mitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a prime example. Look at the
Okay.
Miami Heat. Udonis Haslem was one of those types of guys. He would sit on the bench. He was a veteran guy. He quiet and help. See, this is the thing that fans don't realize. Guys like that help you more in the locker room. They
Yeah.
really help you in the locker room, and you need that. But he'll sit at the end of the bench. You know, he'll talk to the guys. But then if the coach needs him to go in, he'll go in and do whatever the coach asks him to do. He can still lead. He's not going to be out there playing 35 minutes every game. But if he gives
No,
you
not
one
every game. I'm just saying. I know that with every game. But you got to look at what Nick Nurse is doing. With Nick Nurse, I mean, I can see it. You can see anything that can happen, especially what happened last year. I know DeAnthony Melton was injured. I'm saying that. Next man step up. You had to put Kyle Lowry there. Did he step up in the most important time? No.
That's
And
last
I'm
year.
saying-
We got to drop that, Mitch. We got a new
That's
year.
also the reason
It's
you're
a
getting
new
a guy
year,
like
bro. You
Jared
gotta let that
McCain.
go.
Let Mitch
Fill
finish.
that
Let Mitch
spot.
He
finish.
can help McCain develop. He can
Let
help
me finish.
McCain become a pro.
Let Mitch finish. He didn't finish his point. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, finish.
No, I basically finished. Pause. But
Oh my God! No!
It's
Nick,
like-
I wanted to say, 'cause you touched on Nick Nurse really quick. I wanted to say, who better than to help somebody implicate his system to Jared McCain than Kyle Lowry, who's basically learned his system for the last 4.5 years, 5 years, 6 years,
Yeah.
something like that. Somebody who knows Nick Nurse basically in and out. They need a guy like that who, when they get in the huddle, he's like, okay, listen, this is what Nick Nurse wants to see out of us. This is what we need to do. It may not be the flashy play that you want the big three when it counts
yeah,
on,
I get that. I
but
get
when
that.
it comes
Yeah, yeah.
down to it, he'll be the guy that people look up to, and he'll be the one that be leaned
Mitch
on.
is just
You
unpopular.
need guys like
with it.
that. I mean, look at the Rockets. They have Fred VanVleet. They still drafted Reed Shepard because you know what? Even though he's a young kid, you still need
Good
that
point.
veteran leadership to show him how to do it the right way.
And we always
Yeah,
talk
but
about bench.
he's going to get more playing time than Jared McCain right now, probably.
He should.
He
He
should.
should at the start.
He should.
at the
He's a
start.
rookie. He's a rook. He
Yeah.
hasn't proven anything yet.
Yeah, I'm
Eventually,
just saying,
McCain will
Reed
be the
Shepard
man
is
on
going to
the
get.
Early on, maybe, but as time goes along, we'll see.
That's what I said, Nikki. By midseason, who said that McCain doesn't pop over Lowry in the depth chart? Because now Nick Nurse said, okay, I see it. I now know what I got in this kid. And then Lowry just becomes a guy who maybe if an injury pops up.
I
McCain
think
might break a
so.
nail. If he breaks a nail, he won't be able to play.
Mitch,
What
I'm
if
just
you
gonna
can't do
say
a
this.
TikTok? What if you can't do a TikTok?
If
Well, now you got
turns
Lowry.
into a pro TikToker and
It's
quits the
war.
NBA.
It's wartime. It's wartime in the Atlantic Division.
Yes,
Other than
I agree.
Toronto, and I keep saying New Jersey, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Sorry,
You know,
LG.
Hey,
You know, he's
be on the
talking about
yeah.
lookout for
building
Cam.
a deep team.
Be on
Build
the
a
lookout
deep
for Cam
team.
Thomas, though. That's all I'm saying. Be on the lookout for Cam Thomas there. I really think he's going to go off over there.
Yeah, the
But-
teams nowadays want
but-
to build a bench, and I love that. Teams going out
Go
to build
ahead.
their bench. Go for a bigger team.
Yeah,
You can't
let them score
concentrate.
40 points a game. That's fine. But if they end up winning 20 games, what really does that 40 points a game do? Does it help build team
No,
continuity?
it doesn't help. It doesn't help, but it gies him more of a value. So maybe down the
Yeah,
line,
I think you
maybe
can
in like
take
a
step.
couple years, with the value up is so high, you can trade him.
Good point.
Good point.
So
Good
I'm just
point.
saying, be on the lookout for Cam
but
Thomas there. I'm a
overall,
huge fan of Cam Thomas.
On paper, I'm giving you guys a hedge over the not by a wide margin, But I'll
Not
put
by
you,
a
I'll
high
put you
margin.
guys, right now, based on
And I
this
do
preseason.
have a hot take, though.
Uh-oh.
I do have a hot take. I think I told you this, Nikki and Blades. I think I told you this. With KJ Martin, with that contract he got, you take him and another player and a pick. I could see them trading for Dorian Finney-Smith at the trade deadline. I could see that happening for a 4. But it's right now we have small ball 4,
we need a big 4.
and
but-
Dorian Finney-Smith will be a perfect number
And
4.
Brooklyn
I'll
is
play
looking for
devil's
draft
advocate.
picks.
If KJ Martin does latch onto this team and play really well, I would not want to lose him then because I think he could be a vital point. But I agree with Mitch. We need another big 4. So
We need. I mean, could you, Blaze? We want Paul George at the 4, or
I'm
no?
sure he will play that. Depending on who they play, I'm sure he will play the 4 a little bit this year.
Oh yeah, I know
Depending
that.
on who they play. Depending on who they play, yeah.
That is
I
great
literally
with
just
the
had a brain
Sixers.
crap. I forgot you guys had Paul George for a second. I'm like, what the fuck you guys talk? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
right.
Yeah, keep dreaming, guys. Keep dreaming. Paul George and the Sixers. All right.
I mean,
Positionless.
You've been away too
Yes,
long,
we-
Ranky.
Yeah. My I've been
honestly,
busy.
Welcome
honestly,
back.
I would play Reggie Jackson more than Kyle Lowry.
We could hit home
I would have
runs.
Damn, I
too.
forgot about y'all had Richie Jackson too.
That's
See
a
what I
deep
mean?
team. If they all pan out, that's a
You
deep
talking
team.
about the Knicks, bro? Cut that bullshit out, man.
Hey.
Mitch, you guys have to.
Right, you guys have already won.
Keanu, Kalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart.
Yeah, you guys have already won as a team. This is all new pieces, so they got to work together
They
first. I
already
agree. If they all
won.
work together, it's a deep, really good team. But
No, we
find
see
out.
no. I'm saying because he said the word
On
on
paper,
paper.
yes.
That's why I'm saying cut the
Yeah.
BS, man. On
What was the
paper,
other-
you
what was
built
the
a
other
better
game?
team. So
What was that, Nikki?
I didn't say
Nikki,
anything.
Oh, I thought you said what was that?
welcome
I'm
back,
sorry, there was
welcome
two.
back.
I said, what was
Yeah.
the other game? What was the other game? You only talked about one.
Reggie,
You showed
Reggie
two
Jackson.
games. You
Mr.
showed two
October.
games.
October.
We
The
only
second
talked
one
about
was
one.
yeah, it was the Lakers and Timberwolves.
Yeah, okay.
That's the
Ronnie
next one.
James, starting point guard. Here we go.
I mean, it'll
Yeah.
get prime time matchup just because it's the Lakers and LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
I love how they schedule those games. You know,
Well,
start
we'll
out the
see
season
how-
hot. You know, Christmas Day is hot. You know, you got to have them big market games, those high,
Christmas
those games
Day,
you
what-
want to see. I love it.
Hot. It's
It's NBA
hot
action.
for you. What
Yeah,
you
we're
gonna
rolling over
do?
to the Christmas Day game discussion.
And then, yep, I was just about. Where is it? There it is. Christmas Day games. There's a lot of good games here.
All right.
We got the Spurs and Knicks, Timberwolves Timberwolves Mavericks,
Mm,
76ers Celtics,
mm.
Lakers Warriors, and Nuggets and Suns.
Spurs are gonna blow out the Knicks.
That'll be a fun Wednesday.
Nah, don't count on it.
The
Yes, they will, because the Knicks cannot handle Wemby, man.
triple, quadruple header.
He's gonna score 100 points on the Knicks. Watch. It's
100.
always Christmas Day. It's gonna happen, man.
She's like, Wemby hasn't missed tonight. He's hit 10, 15 in a row.
Aw, Arku's feelings are hurt. Aw.
Aww.
It's
Let me
true, though.
guess
I mean,
about
you
the
guys
Thunder.
only
Yeah,
got
he's
the
got a
best
point.
record.
We've been through this, Arku. It's about the market for these teams. And
Yeah, you guys
Thunder
can
are
go
not a
undefeated
big
this year, and
market.
you won't. You can go undefeated, and you won't be in a major game next year.
For the
It's like-
first
Well,
time
I mean,
ever.
it's not about markets because technically the Timberwolves and the Nuggets are not big markets. They're really not.
But they got the
Yeah.
star power. They got the star.
and the,
I mean,
and the Thunder don't.
Thunder
SGA and Chet
No,
Holmgren.
I mean, I would rather see Anthony Edwards
James.
against Luka Doncic.
I'll say this. Here's what I'll say.
Yeah,
I
wanna
would have
see that
rather
too.
seen the Thunder and the Knicks over the Spurs and the Knicks.
I love Wolves Mavericks.
I'd
watch
rather
that
see
every
the
day.
Spurs. I'm a huge fan of Wembanyama.
But that's why you're a fan of Wembanyama. But what I'm saying is that the true star power, the Thunder do have. I mean, Chet and SGA,
Yeah.
and then you're bringing Hartenstein back to New York. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What better
That's probably gonna happen. Probably on it like
Hey,
New Year's.
at least Arku's a realist.
Honestly.
Arku, that's a realist. He's saying SGA isn't really that marketable right now. So I kind of agree with that. I mean, eventually he will be.
You ready
This
for
was
this?
his breakout year. Ask
Yeah.
people
You
who
ready for
SGA
this?
was 2 years ago. Oh,
SGA is my pick for MVP this year.
There you go.
So-
Congratulations.
He's my pick for MVP. So I'm just saying, I'm not picking Jordan Poole this year. I'm not doing that.
Ben Simmons, comeback player of the year. Let's go.
John Moran.
Are you gonna do that every single
I like
time?
SGA, but
Yeah,
MVP.
Ja or Zion got to be comeback. Come on, one of them
Mhm.
two. Just
I mean,
the
Ja's
Mhm.
more realistic.
talent, man. So much
Well-
untapped talent. We haven't seen anything from either of them.
Yeah.
Christmas is
I
4
mean-
months away, guys.
Holy hell.
I know.
but
4 months
it is.
away.
It's a marquee day for the NBA, and since
Where
it's
is
on a
the
Wednesday,
year
too.
gone? It's already August.
I
Like,
know this summer went way too quick, bro.
it really did.
Way too quick. Like football starts in fucking couple weeks and shit.
3
It's
weeks.
Like, damn. Olympics felt
No,
like it was
football
one
starts
day.
next week. Football starts
Well, yeah,
next week.
college. Yeah.
That's football. I'm sorry. That's when
Pro
that's
football
for me.
starts in a few weeks.
Who cares about pro
Actually,
football? The
no.
real football is college football.
Oh,
It's always college football.
okay.
The first
Okay.
game is when 1869, Rutgers, Princeton. And
Ah.
everything is built off of that, including the
go.
pro game.
I figured it had something to do with Rutgers.
There you go.
Hey, it's all good. Do it for the R.
No, I know exactly. There you go, doing it for the R.
Hey, bro, it's time of year where sports dominates my life. College football, college basketball, the NBA,
Yep.
NFL,
Oh my God.
Thank you,
This-
Olympics, because normally
baseball. Like,
this month sucks for sports.
Yes.
right?
And right now, it's
And like,
just,
thank the Olympics too, really quick, just for all the random. Like, I was watching shot put, I was watching pole vault,
Mhm.
I was watching
you
pole.
watched the dick. You watched that guy's dick hit the pole vault off, didn't
Look.
you? The crossbar.
I slowed it down. I wanted to see how big it was. I was like, that's gonna hurt in the morning. That's definitely that you're gonna feel that one, bud.
Good old
Man,
ball.
the best
Good old-
sport is beach volleyball. I would die.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go, Rios.
Yeah,
Rios,
that
that was at late at night. That was like when it was like
that
Brad
cameraman
watching
always seemed
volleyball.
to have that perfect butt shot, didn't he?
He was the
It was always like butt level.
He was the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah,
and like I had a sore neck after because it kept like bouncing my head every time they would go up and down. But then I realized I wasn't watching them. I was watching. Oh right, I know what you're talking about
Grab your tissues, boy. And I ain't talking about crying.
now. I was doing both.
How does this podcast always goes like off the rails in the last like 15 minutes? I love it.
I don't know. I love it.
No, oh
Hey,
my God.
Uh,
You know what? I'm going to have to go watch the replays of the Olympics now just because of you guys. Just
Yeah.
because of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go back and watch the
Slow
did you
replays.
watch the rock climbing?
No.
Rock climbing.
Yeah, it was.
And
pretty
then
cool.
then Mitch kills it. All right, boys. Until next week.
Yeah.
We'll,
Oh, we were on a good roll, and Mitch is like, "Hey, how about rock climbing?"
On that note,
Oh,
Hey,
my
God.
gosh.
but seriously, Randy, it was good for you to hop on the show again. It was fun.
I
What?
just
Forgetting the
wanted to say.
biggest news.
What?
The in-season tournament announcement. We got the
Oh.
groups announced and everything. It's back. The NBA Cup now.
Look
up for it, bro. Anybody
Cute.
but the Lakers this year. Come on, guys. All of us. Any team. I don't care if it's Toronto, Houston, Knicks. We got it. No Lakers. That's the only team.
What about-
not in the in-season
So
tournament.
you want Boston to win?
No, it'll be the
Over
Clippers.
the Lakers?
Watch.
Sure.
The
If
Clippers.
it's Lakers, Boston in the finals, yes.
It'll
I'll
be
go
the
with
Clippers.
Boston. Why not?
It'll probably end up being the Clippers in Detroit.
I would love it. That would be fucking great.
I love
If
it.
those three worst teams got hot that week and made that
Can we
tournament,
get-
that would be classic.
Can we get Rockets for Spurs, please?
No, it's our luck. It's going to be Hornets Spurs. Watch.
Yeah.
Hey, wait for LaMelo. Wait for LaMelo to come back.
Yeah, Sengun owns Wemby, so I'll take that matchup.
Now, LaMelo will be out for the season by then.
Oh.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You see the video of him riding a go-kart on top of a he's on a skyscraper. Someone's on a building and they're putting down. He's riding a go-kart around on top of a roof.
Victor, I don't know
Oh,
why.
no. Yeah, I saw that.
Living his
Yeah,
life,
he's like
living
whipping
his life.
around.
Go, Mello.
We
I
don't
would.
know why.
break dancing.
Have you
Pop
tried this?
rock
Hey,
all over
Victor,
you,
have you
Victor.
tried breakdancing? It's fucking hard.
I know it is.
It is, but I'll tell
What?
you right now, me falling out of a chair, I would beat the woman in Australia hands down. Just
I mean,
me
it kinda
falling out of
sucks.
a chair
The Olympics
breakdancing.
come back to the U.S. where that originated, and now we don't have it. You know, it could have been better. They could have improved on it next time. You know what I mean?
True.
Who knows? It might come back.
She ruined it.
We get
All I
Tony
can
Wayne.
say is that woman ruined a wet dream. That's all I can say, man. Totally.
Made her- hey, she. Part of me is like, if you can do it, it sucks how it happened, but she fucking found her way. Free trip to
But,
Paris.
Props, I
also-
guess,
Hey,
right?
Who's famous now? Who won the gold in the
She's
women's
not going to be
breakdancing?
famous. She's infamous.
Who won the gold in women's breakdancing?
Have
Who's
no
Ray
clue.
Gun? Everyone knows who she is. It's part of the game nowadays. You don't have to win as long as you're meme worthy. You could be famous. Remember the hawk to a girl, spit on a dick.
As long as you have a story. As long as you got a story.
Yeah.
No talent.
You know what?
whatsoever.
You know you're right because Blaze.
Nowadays,
If I go Haktui to even women who are in my building who are in their 70s and their 80s, they know what that
yeah,
is.
exactly,
They know what that is. So
exactly.
it's like
Now
you
there's
go
a girl.
Haktui
There's
and
a
they
girl
look
did a
at you
video.
like-
There's a girl trying to one up her. She goes, "Hawk to a spit on that? That's boring. I'm farting on it."
Oh, I saw that one where she like comes over, walks on a log, walks on a log, and then she's like, I'm like,
She's like, "That's boring.
Wow.
I'm farting on it."
I'm like,
"And
nah,
I'm
good,
kicking
I'm
you
good.
out
That's-
my bed.
Crowd vote. You're not doing that.
Damn, what happened to Nikki? They ain't
Please,
doing
Nikki,
it.
what happened there?
would your
Yeah,
glasses
buddy.
fall off? It's like,
It's just like, oh,
like
sorry,
sneezed
I
and
went out.
turned it off. He's like, achoo.
Yeah, Nikki's like, farting on dicks. I'm out.
There he is.
What's going on here? Anyway, guys, appreciate everyone to the hell. All right, Blaze. All right, you're having your fun here. Okay. On that note, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe to everyone's channel, subscribe to my second channel, MK Meets World. The link is in the chat. And with that being said, catch you all later and peace.
See ya.
Where's my brownies? I love you, Ray Gun.